So this is my whole backlog of games. There's quite a lot there. I think there's something like 228 games altogether. And I've got them here in the corner of the living room because there's not really anywhere else to put them at the moment. But yeah, let's take a closer look at them. So as you can see, I've got 3 stacks of them. Do any of you guys have backlogs which are as big as this? So like I said, there's about 228 games in total. The majority are PlayStation 2 games, as you can see here. We've got like two giant stacks of them going all the way down there. And then this third stack, we've got Dreamcast games, PlayStation 1 games. We've got some PS1 games in DVD cases because I don't have the original cases for them. And just as like a temporary measure, I just kind of scribbled down the names of the games on bits of paper and just put them into the spines. And there's PS3 games, and we've got Xbox 360 there, original Xbox, and Wii right at the bottom. So I think maybe backlog can have a different meaning to different people. When I looked up the meaning online, it says that a backlog is stuff which is yet to be dealt with. So maybe for some people they consider games to be a part of their backlog if they've not completed them 100%, like even if they've played through a game 95%, if it's not 100% then they consider that to be a part of their backlog because maybe they feel a strong need to finish all of their games. Maybe for some other people they consider a game to be a part of their backlog if they've just never played it at all, if it's just like being untouched. And once they've played a game, like even if it's just for 5 minutes, maybe then they don't consider it to be a part of their backlog. But for me, what I consider to be a part of my backlog are basically games where I've not played them enough to know whether I like them enough to keep them, or whether they are games that I'm not that keen on, and so I'm happy to sell them on eBay. And yeah, all of these games, some of them I may have played for about half an hour each, or I might have played them for just say 2 or 3 nights and that's it. But the majority of these games, I've only played each of them for just a few minutes, just to make sure that they work. When I've got them back home from picking them up at the shop. So yeah, basically, I want to play through all of these games so I can decide which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to put onto eBay. So if I play one of these games and I play it enough to realise that, hey, I really like this game, this is something that I want to keep, then I'll just put it into the cupboard with my other video games that I want to keep, and that's that game dealt with. If it's a game that I don't really like and it's like, okay, I'll never play this game again, then I can just put it into a tub of stuff that I'm selling on eBay and sell it on eBay, and then that's that game dealt with. And so, my goal is to just get through all of these. So I don't have to have them stacked here in the corner of the living room because they do kind of look like clutter, really. And it just kind of adds to the little bits of other clutter here and there in the room. So yeah, I really want to get through all of these, and so I can decide which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to get rid of. So I'll give you a closer look at these. So there you can see the Wii games. I've been wanting to play some of these Wii games, especially the Sonic ones, for a long time now, but I'm not able to get the controller to work on the console properly, so I don't know if there's a problem with the controller or whether I've just not synced it properly. And then we've got original Xbox there, Xbox 360, PS3, PS1, Dreamcast. Oops. Got 2 giant stacks of PlayStation 2 games there. Just many games. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to take all of these games into the kitchen, and then I'm going to show you each of the games one by one, and so you can see which games are a part of my backlog, and I'll talk about some of them as well, because some of the games I do have thoughts on, because like I said, with some of them I've played them for maybe half an hour or maybe just a few nights, but the majority of them I've only played them for about a few minutes each. So I completely forgot that there are a few more games which are a part of my backlog, which weren't in those stacks of games in the corner of the living room. For whatever reason, these games were in the cupboard where I keep all of my games that I know I want to keep. So I'm not really sure why these were in there. But yeah, I'll move these out of the way and we'll start off with the Atari Jaguar games. So first up is Cybermorph. I've not even put this game into the system yet, to be honest. I've seen videos of this game and it doesn't look that great, but you never know, it could be something that I end up enjoying. Flip out. It's in incredible condition for its age. And again, this is another game that I've not even put into the system yet. Majority of the games in my backlog I've at least played for like a few minutes. Zoo Tycoon for the Nintendo DS. Sonic Rush Adventure. I do really enjoy the 2D Sonic games and the 3D Sonic games. This, it's mainly 2D. I'm sure you can see some 2D there, and you've got some 3D as well. So really looking forward to giving this game a proper play. I did play it for like a few minutes just to make sure that it worked, and just out of curiosity, and you know, it did seem pretty good. Scribble Notes, very interesting game where you can like draw pictures and they kind of come to life and they can like help you out in the game. So pretty interesting. Pack Picks, kind of similar to the last game. You can, well, a little bit similar. You can kind of like draw Pac-Man and stuff. It's pretty strange. So that's all of the Nintendo DS games. Now on to the Dreamcast games. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Rogue Spur, Mission Pack, Urban Operations. So from what I've played of this, it was a very long time ago. I wasn't that keen on it. I remember the screen looked really small and a lot of it was kind of like taken up by like a, I don't know what you call it, like a status bar. And I think there was some other issue with the game, problem with the game that I wasn't that keen on, but I can't really remember. But you know, like with all of these games, it's, you know, it's still early days. My mind could like really change on it. You know, if I was to play it for a few nights, I could end up really liking it. Same kind of thing with a game like that I end up really liking straight away. You know, after a few nights of playing it, it could turn out to be a game where I'm thinking, you know something, I don't really think it's for me after all. So, of course, with all of these games in my backlog, it's still early days yet, so anything can change. Sega Bass Fishing. Soul Fighter. Another game that's incredible. That's in incredible condition for its age. Let's see what it's like inside. Still like, it looks still like new. Let's have a look at that manual. Don't worry, I'm not going to do this with every single game. Yeah, it's in fantastic condition, this game. And what year did it come out? 1999, and we're almost in 2024 now, so 25 years old, and it's still like new. Yeah, this seems to be quite an unpopular game. You know, I've heard bad things about it. People don't really seem to like this, but I played it for about 10 minutes a very long time ago, and I found it to be really, really fun. I couldn't really see what was wrong with it. It's basically like a 3D beat 'em up kind of game. And then the last Dreamcast game, which unfortunately I'm missing the cover, is the Nomad Soul. And I'm sure, I don't know how to say his name, is it David Bowie or David Bowie? I'm sure he does some voice acting in this game. And yeah, it seems to be a really, really interesting game. I keep saying this, but I remember playing it for a short while, very long time ago, just to make sure if it works or not. And it was just a really interesting game. You like in this kind of futuristic city and stuff, and you can go into buildings, and I can't remember if you can get into vehicles or not. But yeah, this is a game that I really, really do want to play, but unfortunately, both of my Dreamcasts are out of action at the moment. I need to get around to fixing them. So, on to the PlayStation 1 games. We've got Ridge Racer Revolution. I remember playing the Ridge Racer game, I think it was the first one, or it may have been this one. I don't think this is the first one, if it's called Ridge Racer Revolution. I'm not really sure, I don't know. But it was back in around 1994. I used to work at this computer course in Manchester city centre, and sometimes at dinner time, like me and my friends would go to the arcade and we'd play Ridge Racer, and we'd play like a Street Fighter game as well. And this was a really popular, well, whichever Ridge Racer it was a really, that we were playing, it was a really popular game at the time. And you know, I played this for maybe an hour or whatever, and I really enjoyed it. Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters. Rayman Jr. Level 2. I think this is some kind of like a math game. And yeah, when I played it for a short while, I wasn't that into it, but it seemed quite interesting. Yeah, it says maths reading there. Hardcore 4x4. Ridge Racer, the original first one. I'm sure that's the one that we were playing in the arcade all those years ago, back in '94. Speed Freaks. I'm showing you the discs because there's like nothing on the covers. These are just basically spare DVD cases. Croc 2. So I played the first Croc and I enjoyed it a real lot. I'm sure I played a bit of this and I quite liked it. Tekken 2 and Worms. Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. RC Revenge. Yeah, I remember playing this for a while and I really enjoyed it. At first I thought, you know, it's like little RC cars and stuff, it's probably going to be like a kid's game. I'm probably not going to enjoy it that much, but I enjoyed it a real lot. Crash Bandicoot 2. Rugrats Search for Raptor. And Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. And lastly, for the PlayStation 1 we have Rayman, and you can see I've printed out the inlay there. So onto the PS3 games, and we have Duke Nukem Forever. Another game that most people seem to really dislike, but I actually played this for a few nights a long time ago and I enjoyed it quite a lot. The Sims 3. Tomb Raider. John Daly's Pro Stroke Golf. I don't think I've actually put this one in the system just to, you know, to make sure it works or whatever. I absolutely love Pro Stroke Golf on the PlayStation 2, so I think there's a decent chance I'll really like this one as well. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Farming Simulator 2015. I've played Farming Simulator 2013 and I absolutely love that game. It's quite strange really, because all you do in the game is basically chores, and I hate doing chores in real life. I just find them absolutely tedious and boring, so I'm really not sure why I enjoy playing that game so much, because all you're doing is just basically chores and that's it. But yeah, I actually played nothing but that game for like a few months. I was like really kind of hooked on it, and then once I finished the game I thought, okay, I just want to play something completely different now. So, but I am really looking forward to playing this one. Street Fighter, what is that? Is that 4? I'm not really any good with Roman numerals. Saints Row 2. I played this for a while one night and I really liked it. It's a really kind of interesting, kind of strange game. There's something, I can't remember what was strange about it. I guess just the way that like the environments look and just how the game felt to play. and I really loved like just how much you can like modify your character in the beginning. You know, like you can choose different faces, different facial expressions, different clothes and stuff like that. You can really go in depth with it. Saints Row the Third, Saints Row 4, I think. Oh wait, I think the wrong game's in this one. Yep, Fast and Furious Showdown. So yeah, they didn't at the shop. They didn't put the right disc into it. Resident Evil 5, and then we have Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition. I think this is 5, yeah. So this is the Gold Edition. So I'm guessing this game isn't going to have any kind of advantages over this one. You know, this one I'm pretty sure it's going to have extra content on it, which you don't get on this one, so I should put this one onto eBay. Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil Revelations, Sonic Generations, Gran Turismo 6. The latest Gran Turismo that I've played is Gran Turismo 5, and it's got its flaws, but I really enjoy that game, so I'm really looking forward to playing through this one properly. So onto the Xbox 360, and here we have Perfect Dark Zero. I love Perfect Dark on the N64. I think this didn't get a good reception, but you know, there's a lot of games which don't get good receptions. You know, they're pretty unpopular, which I really like for whatever reason. Saints Row 4. So I think it was Saints Row 4 for the PS3, which didn't have the right disc in it, but this one does have the right disc in it. Sonic Unleashed. I used to have Sonic Unleashed on the PlayStation 2, and I wasn't that keen on it for whatever reason, so I ended up selling it. But several years later, for some reason I just had a really strong desire to play it again. It kind of felt like I would enjoy it this time, so I ended up buying the Xbox 360 version. I think it might be different from the PlayStation 2 version. If it is, then I'll probably buy the PlayStation 2 version as well. D-Blob 2. I think this is a game where you just kind of go around the environment painting things, is it? Looks really interesting anyway. Sonic Freeriders. Unfortunately, I'm really sure to play this you need the Kinect sensor and like a kind of a surfboard like thing. And it does say it requires Kinect sensor there, so I don't know if I'll get the surfboard thing or not to play it, or whether I'll just put this onto eBay. So that's all of the 360 games onto the original Xbox. Fahrenheit, and it's the winner of the Golden Joystick Awards 2005. Forza Motorsport. Project Zero. Is this the one where you're with a bunch of other people and you're walking around like an empty school with a torch? No, I think this is a completely different game. Jaguar. Many years ago, I bought this from a charity shop. I think it was being sold for just £1, and I didn't have an Xbox at the time, and I thought, you know something, if I was to buy like a bunch of games from this charity shop for just £1 each, maybe I could sell them for a profit on eBay. So I ended up putting this onto eBay, just couldn't sell it. I ended up putting the price right down to as low as I possibly could do, so I wouldn't end up losing out on the price of postage, and it still wouldn't sell. It was on eBay for probably over a year and no one bought it. Obscure, so I think this might be the one where you walk around a school. It says in school they teach you things you never wanted to know about. And yeah, it does look like it could be that game. And yeah, from what I played of it, I found it to be pretty damn fun. Doom 3. I've got Doom 3 on the PlayStation 3. Not played that one, and the reason why you've not seen it in this backlog video is because it has the original Doom and Doom 2 on it, which I have played, so I don't consider the game to be a part of my backlog, even though I've not played Doom 3 on the disc. Halo. I played this for a few nights a very long time ago, and I liked it quite a lot. And it gets a 10 out of 10 from Edge. Men of Valor. Yeah, I remember playing this for a while, for maybe about half an hour or something once, a long time ago, and I don't think I liked it that much. And The Suffering. Alright, so onto the PlayStation 2 games, and all of the games for the rest of this video are going to be PlayStation 2 games. I've got a hell of a lot of them, so grab a cup of tea because it looks like we're going to be here for quite a while. So first up is Naval Ops Commander. I've put all of the games in some kind of coherent order. Naval Ops Warship Gunner. PTO, I think that's 4 again, I think. Pacific Theatre of Operations. So these are all like kind of warship games which look really interesting but possibly quite complex to play. The King of Fighters, the saga continues. The King of Fighters 02, Be the Fighter. King of Fighters Maximum Impact. I think this is this a limited edition? It's like you get a book in it as well. Let's see. So you get this cardboard sleeve, and then you get the regular case there, and a book as well. Well, it's actually the manual for the game. I wonder if you get the regular manual as well in the case. Nope, it doesn't look like it. Oh, we've got 2 discs as well. That's interesting. So that'll be the game, and that's the bonus disc. I'm not really sure what's going to be on the bonus disc. Let's see if it says on the back. Yeah, it says includes bonus disc containing the making of King of Fighters Maximum Impact. So that'll be interesting to watch. Guilty Gear X, another 2D fighter. SVC Chaos. Oh, and it says SNK versus Capcom there as well. Samurai Showdown. So onto the games which aren't 2D fighters. The Italian Job, LA Heist. Perfect Ace, Pro Tournament Tennis. Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. I think this is a well-received game. I think maybe a lot of people like this. I'm sure I've heard a lot of good things about it, but when I played it, it just wasn't really for me. But I didn't play it for that long, so like I said, it's early days with all of these games. You know, my mind could completely change on it if I was to play it for like a few nights. Ben 10, Ultimate Alien, Cosmic Destruction. Yeah, I thought, I'm probably not going to enjoy this. It just seems like it's like a kid's game. I've heard of Ben 10 before. It has no appeal to me, but when I played it for a while, it was pretty fun. I was quite surprised. Underworld, The Eternal War, The Sum of All Fears, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, LA Rush, Mashed, Fully Loaded. This has also come out with different cover art as well. So there's like 2 different PAL cover arts for some reason. Junior Board Games, Board Games Gallery, Space Race, Salt Lake 2002, and it's got a weird sticker on the disc. I can't remember what it says. But yeah, security label, tamper evident. Jeremy McGrath Supercross World. Tim Stockdale's Riding Star. London Racer 2. Spider-Man 3. World Snooker Championship 2005. World Championship Snooker 2002. G1 Jockey. So yeah, these horse racing, I find horse racing to be unbelievably boring in real life, but for some reason I find the idea of playing a horse racing game to be really appealing. I really do not know why. At the Races presents Gallop Racer. GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Yeah, I remember playing this for a while, quite a long time ago. I played it for maybe like a couple of nights or whatever, and I just found because the game, it looks quite colourful on the back, but when I was actually playing the game, it looked so grey and drab and boring. You know, the environments just didn't feel like fun, interesting places to be in, because everything was just so grey. The game almost looked like it was in black and white, pretty much like this cover, and it just felt so drab and boring to play. I don't know if that was because of how it looked, or whether that's just how it feels to play it anyway. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I can't really see myself ended up liking this one. 007 Quantum of Solace. From Russia with Love. Everything or Nothing. So yeah, this is another game that seems to be quite popular, but when I played it for a while, you can see it gets a 9 out of 10 there. When I played it for a while, I couldn't really get into it, to be honest. State of Emergency 2. I absolutely love the first State of Emergency. Not sure if I like this one or not. I think I've heard a lot of bad things about it. Mercenaries Playground of Destruction. Spy Hunter. I loved playing the original Spy Hunter when I was a kid on the Atari 800XL. Crazy Taxi. I used to have this on the Dreamcast years ago. I remember getting it for the Dreamcast when the game first came out, and I really loved it at first, and then it just it started to feel quite repetitive. So eventually I just ended up selling it, and then quite a while ago I had a really strong desire to play it again, and so I saw this in the shop for the PlayStation 2 and I thought, why not pick it up? I think it was pretty cheap, so I think it's likely this is a game that I'll keep, even if it starts feeling repetitive again. It's got a lot of nostalgia for me, so I think I probably will keep this game. Scarface, The World Is Yours. Operation Winback. Stuntman Ignition. I played this for a few nights a long time ago and I thought it was pretty good, actually. Jaws Unleashed. Surfing H3O. Mouse Trophy. Looks like a really interesting game, but when I tried to play it I couldn't really figure it out because I don't have a manual with it, and it I don't know, the game kind of seems pretty complex. Downhill Domination by our old friends Codemasters, who started making games in the 80s, like on the 8-bit computers like the Spectrum and Atari 8-bit and Commodore 64. Road Rage 3. Beautiful Joe 2. I absolutely love Beautiful Joe, the first one, so pretty sure I will really like this one. They're just such interesting games. Virtua Cop Elite Edition. Soul Calibur 2. Happy Feet. This isn't a game that I picked up, this was one of several games that were given to me for free. Devil May Cry 2. Yeah, this is meant to be the worst one in the series. Arctic Thunder. City Crisis. Is this the one where you've got to put out fires in a city? And or you've got to like rescue people? I'm sure I've got another game which is, it seems like it's very similar to this. You fly a helicopter, so I don't know if it's that game that I'm thinking of or whether it's this game. But yeah, I played it for a while once, a long time ago, and I quite liked it. Curry Mix. America's 10 Most Wanted. The Sims 2. Rayman Raving Rabbids. PDC World Championship Darts 2008. Roller Coaster World. 24 the game in a steel case thing. I can't remember what the proper name is for it. Age of Empires 2, The Age of Kings. What's that got? How do you say that? It's kind of hard to read the writing. Siberia? Yep, Siberia. Complete edition. Another game which is not the kind of game that I would pick up. It was basically given to me for free. There's quite a few games like that in this backlog. So SpongeBob SquarePants the movie. Spin Drive Ping Pong. Red Faction 2. I played the first Red Faction and I was really enjoying the game at first, but then the loading screens, you know, where you're just kind of in the middle of gameplay and then suddenly you get a loading screen, that seemed to start happening a lot more often, and it just kind of, it felt like it just broke up the game too much for me. It kind of took me out of the game and I just couldn't really enjoy it anymore, so I ended up selling that on eBay. Hopefully this one is less like that. Taz Wanted. Miami Vice. Spy vs Spy. Again, I used to play the original on the Atari 800XL back in the day, and I really liked the game a lot. So here is that other helicopter game that I was talking about. After I was talking about it, I started thinking, is it just in my imagination, or do I really have another like helicopter game that seems similar to City Crisis on the PlayStation 2? So this is Air Ranger Rescue Helicopter. So maybe it was this one that I played and not the other one. But yeah, it seems, you know, it's like a rescue game. I think the other one is a rescue game as well. Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare. London Racer World Challenge. Sensible Soccer 2006. Dog's Life, quite an interesting, strange game this one. Only played it for a few minutes a long time ago. Oh, this should have been with the other snooker games. It's International Snooker Championship. True Crime New York City. Thrillville Off the Rails. I played this for a few nights a really long time ago, and I think I was enjoying the mini games more than the main game. Tekken Tag Tournament. Silpede, The Lost Planet. Midnight Club Street Racing. So this is a Rockstar game, and I remember hearing about it and seeing it in the shops back in the day, but never played it. I played this. I think I played it for just one night a long time ago, and it seemed pretty good. So yeah, I definitely want to play this one properly. I want to play a lot of these properly. You know, a lot of these games look like games that I'll really enjoy playing. Play it Pinball. Siberia 2. I love the first Siberia, so I think there's a decent chance I'll love this one as well. They're basically adventure games. They're kind of like old PC adventure games, I guess. Urban Chaos. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about this game, and when I played it for maybe, I think, half an hour a long time ago, I enjoyed it quite a lot. Simpsons Hit and Run. Cold Fair. think it's meant to be a little bit like the early Resident Evil games. Need for Speed Underground 2. This doesn't really seem like the kind of game I'd like, the Need for Speed games, but you never know. Maybe I could end up liking them. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Resident Evil Dead Aim. So I'm pretty sure I've played this through to the end. I know at the very least I played a real lot of this game a long time ago, and thought, you know something, I'm not really that keen on it. Again, it's like it's a really kind of grey, drab game, and so it just didn't feel that fun to play. So why is this game a part of my backlog if I've played it enough to know that I don't really like it that much? Well, I was using the controller with it. I don't have a light gun for the PlayStation 2, and I was thinking if I did play this game with a light gun, maybe I would like it. So everything's still up in the air for this one. Resident Evil Outbreak. Yeah, I played a bit of this a long time ago. I liked it quite a lot, except there was some kind of problem with the game. I think maybe the loading times, like every time you go through a door, I think maybe the loading times were really long, and that put me off. So I've always thought one day I'll get like the what is it? It's like a hard drive or something for the PlayStation 2, and I think if you've got that installed in your PlayStation 2, then the loading times aren't as long. Exploder Special Edition Guitar Hero Mega Cheats V5. A6 Train. So yeah, so looks like a really interesting game. I think it's like a train simulator. I think maybe you can build roads in it as well. Not really sure, but for the life of me I couldn't figure out how to play it. I don't have the manual, and it seems like quite a complex game, so when I tried to play it I just didn't know what was going on, didn't know what I was doing, and I just ended up giving up. World War Zero. Star Trek Encounters. Max Payne. Just Cause. Smash Court Tennis Pro Tournament. Buster Block. Played this for a short while, a long time ago, didn't seem that good. Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, Attack of the Twinkers. Colin McRae Rally 2005. Colin McRae Rally 04. SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. SmackDown vs Raw. SmackDown vs Raw 2006. SmackDown vs Raw 2007, and it's still sealed. I bought this such a long time ago, I think it was in the early 2010s, and I've still not unsealed it yet. SmackDown vs Raw 2008 featuring ECW. Legends of Wrestling. Legends of Wrestling 2. TNA Impact. Backyard Wrestling, don't try this at home. Okay, so my camera battery is starting to run out, and I don't want this video to drag on either, so I'm going to try and get through them quicker. Burnout 2, Point of Impact. From what I've played of this game, I think it's really great. Burnout 3, Takedown. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. KO or something? Round 2, The Kangaroo. Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. I played this for a while. I couldn't really get into it. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. The Red Star. Bionicle. Extermination. Mr. Bean. A lot of people say this is a crap game, but it looks very appealing to me. Pirates of the Caribbean. Wild Water Adrenaline. Surf's Up. Virtua Fighter 4. Gauntlet Dark Legacy. The only 3D Gauntlet game that I've played is one on the Dreamcast. It was a very long time ago, and it was a demo. It was on a demo disc, and I liked it quite a lot. King Arthur. Pipper Funnel, Take the Reins, Bassmaster Fishing, Pro Bass Challenge, Bass Strike, Rapala Pro Fishing, Reel Fishing 3. Just realised I've got a lot of fishing games. Lake Masters EX, Sega Bass Fishing Duel, Return to Castle Wolfenstein. I played this for a few nights a long time ago and I liked it quite a lot. Army Man Sarge's Heroes 2. Once again played this for a few nights a very long time ago and I liked it quite a lot, so definitely want to play more of this one. Tetris Worlds, The Thing, Fantastic Four, Tomb Raider, The Angel of Darkness, Shell Shock Nam 67, Conflict Desert Storm 2. I absolutely love the first one, so I think there's a decent chance I'll love this one as well. Conflict Vietnam, Conflict Global Storm, SOCOM US Navy SEALs, Full Spectrum Warrior, Shadow of Memories, Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. Remember, once again, a long time ago, playing this for a couple of hours I think. Played it for a couple of hours once and I liked it quite a lot. Celebrity Deathmatch, Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie, and Aqua. Robin Hood's Quest, Shark Tale, Leaderboard Golf, MX World Tour, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, a really shabby copy of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. See, it's really messed up, inlays torn as well. Does it even have the manual? Nope. Just noticed a massive crack in the case as well. Bet the disc is, looks like someone's rubbed it on some sandpaper and it does. Really scratched up. But I think, surprisingly, it still works. Shadow Man 2, Second Coming. BCV, Battle Construction Vehicles. Again, it's another game that everyone seems to hate, but from what I've played of it, I actually found it quite fun. Athens 2004. Jurassic Park, Operation Genesis. A lot of people tell me, like, when I made that video where I was given a load of, I think it was a video where I was given a load of free PlayStation 2 games and this was one of them. Loads of people have commented on that video saying that I'm really lucky and that it's a really rare game and it's worth a lot now. What's this, The Godfather? Yep, limited edition. Yeah, it's a shame it's succumbed to rust though. Total Overdose, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Zombie Ninja Pro-Am. Yet again, another game everyone seems to hate, but I played this for a short while and it just seemed like a really interesting, fairly fun game. Alright, not many more to go now. Metal Slug 3, Shrek's Carnival Craze Party Games. I bought this because I think it goes for quite a bit on eBay. I can't remember what the lowest price it usually goes for on eBay, but I think maybe £20 or maybe even a lot more than that. I can't really remember, but I saw this at CX for like really cheap, for like maybe a couple of pounds, and I thought I'll buy this. You know, I'm sure it's a game that I won't like. Don't have any interest in Shrek or whatever. Seems like it's probably a kid's game. I'm sure I won't like it, but I'll buy it and then sell it on eBay for a profit. But when I actually play tested this to just make sure that the game works, I actually enjoyed it a real lot. So this is a game I might actually keep. Brian Lara Cricket 2005. Myst 3 Exile, another kind of game that comes across like a really old style PC game. I think it's a point and click adventure. I played a bit of it and it was really interesting. I liked it quite a lot. Headhunter Redemption, Red Dead Revolver, 18-wheeler American Pro Trucker. So when I was playing this game, I did like it quite a lot, but it seemed incredibly short. So I'm not really sure if this is something that I want to keep or not. I need to play it some more so I can come to the decision as to whether I want to keep it or just sell it. Pimp My Ride. I've played a little bit of this and I don't really think it's for me. Gun. And then lastly, The Suffering Ties That Bind. So that is my whole backlog. Quite a lot of games, and there is no way that I thought my camera battery was going to last for long enough for me to finish the video. I thought it was going to kind of go dead while I was still making the video, but it's still just about holding out. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Thanks for watching.